done a like full roast about it. And John, that's good to hear, man. Demigod board, there's a Ko-Fi link that you can access via the Twitch chat, but it's just ko-fi.com/malltown. And those are commissions. They are commissions that we sell these. It's not just like donate an amount, because we've had some people get tripped up by that before. Overclocked Spiral, thank you for the Twitch follow. Rant from Wolf Slays, the Coldplay incident. Is this the latest like Try Guys thing? Because I heard the headline of this was CEO gets caught having an affair at a Coldplay concert. Did they do like a kiss cam? I know very little about the details of that. Yeah, basically. Okay, so they did a kiss cam. How did it get? Did they so was it identified in post? Like, how did they know? Because if you kiss cam, I presume, unless the singer like knows them. Oh, they freaked out. Oh, that's goddamn hilarious. That's really fucking funny. The guy ducked down when the cam hit them, so people immediately investigated. I mean, if that... See, like, man, I don't believe in any god, but if I was going to, I would believe in, like, the Greek gods, because that's some Apollo shit to hit a man with. That is some tried and true Apollo shit to hit somebody with. That's funny as fuck. Speaking of Sonic SLD, I'm taking your advice, Malden. Urza is getting the boot along with the Game Changers, and I'm going to use Dr. Eggman instead. I'll let you know how it goes later when the cards finally arrive. Do let me know, because that seems different direction. That seems like crazy terrible and unrelated to your deck. But perhaps it will work in bracket 2. I have not tried the Omniscience draft. I mean, I think it's a thing that people should probably lose their jobs over when it's a clear, like, conflict of interest to the company they work with, right? It's one thing if your job does not rely in any way on you being or being perceived as a moral person, then we can talk about, like, okay, it makes you shitty, but it's not actually related to your course of work. But if your job relies on you being perceived as a moral person, legitimate professional issue for you that this happened. And then especially if, okay, I'm the CEO of this company and I am having an affair with the head of HR. I don't think anybody thinks the CEOs of companies are morally upstanding. But we at least tend to count on the human resources department and the heads of the human resources department to at least play within the rules of professional decorum. And so if we can't trust HR to do that stuff, I think that's a genuine professional issue. And then also fuck that guy. He's a CEO, so fuck him. It also gives negative PR, which leads to less business, which makes line go down. That's not true. I don't think. I think that's an argument you can only make in hindsight, because the effect of having such large negative PR is very difficult to accurately predict. You know, they like. Trump got negative PR all the way into being the goddamn president. Oh yeah, DMC, I agree with that. I blame the government. I don't know what they did, but they did something. Very true. Hey, thank you, King. First time watching and I see the command in my playgroup banned me from ever playing again. Dude, Arabella's fucking terrifying. Arabella is a very, very good way to lose your game, but have everyone mad at you. Slokey Pokey, the places we sell the deck roastings are commissions on Ko-Fi. If you are also rich as fuck, you can spend $500 and I will drop what I am doing to roast your deck live. You can spend $694.20 and I will get my girlfriend, Z-Main Character, who is also a content creator, and we will both drop what we're doing and co-roast your deck live. Yeah, if you hate money and love me. Or we have a free roast stream at the beginning of every month. It's not going to be the 2nd anymore. A friend's birthday party is happening then. I'm going to that. I am forging a social bond. So we're going to move it. It's still going to happen. I just don't know what day yet. You holding up okay in Trump's USA? I mean, Gothic, there's a lot of ways to take that statement. Mechanically, I have not been harmed yet. I am a tall, white, cis male. And so I'm one of the last groups to feel the physical effects, but holy shit, some bad, like I am not growing less concerned about the rise of fascism in the USA. That is still incredibly concerning. I am growing more and more concerned about, oh my God, this country is going to be shit in like 10 years. In like 10 to 20 years. Because the working class is continuing to get fucked. We've previously had all these issues that we yelled about, right? Healthcare was a very big one, where we go, healthcare is so expensive. But we at least had incredibly expensive healthcare for a generally acceptable standard of care. In some arenas, we were the highest standard of care in the entire world, not every single one. And now, we're defunding Medicaid, we're shutting down hospitals, we're getting doctor flight, I don't know a better term, but we're having, like, all the qualified professionals are leaving this country. Like, the qualified professionals of people that actually do things, the people that run financial schemes and commit white-collar crime, they're staying. Brain drain. Thank you, Ishtar's Donut. Yeah, we're experiencing brain drain. And so our education systems are getting worse, our healthcare systems are getting worse, our social safety nets are getting worse. So now I'm becoming more and more, like, I'm seeing the event horizon of no matter what happens with Trump's presidency, no matter if he like passes early, gets impeached, does not attempt a fascistic coup, in like 10 to 20 years, I don't see how we're not just cooked completely. And not like, oh my God, like everyone in the USA is going to be like dead in some kind of apocalypse, but just like our social mobility is going to go down. All of our kids are going to be stupid. Like we're going to have kids who are too dumb to learn a trade. Like a trade that doesn't require any type of specific like applied science. Like we're gonna have kids that are too dumb to take instructions, and I think that's when we're gonna see everything really fall apart, because there's a whole like, oh, you should just like learn a trade, you'll make good money, you don't have to have a degree, you don't have to have specific qualifications, you just have to show up, work hard, and be able to learn on the job. And I genuinely think we are sprinting towards children that are too stupid to learn on the job. And I think the like economic slippery slope we're getting put on from that is, so I'm worried. That's how I'm doing. I'm deeply worried. Like I played it up for fun in this one instance on stream, but it was genuinely scary that I had somebody beefing with me in the comment section of a YouTube short about Deadpool, and they were quoting the Google AI summary as why they were right. The Google AI summary, when you click on learn more, it was sourcing from a Facebook meme where somebody made a meme about this isn't how Deadpool works, but I think it should be how it works because that would be funny. And Google presented that as a fact, as a true statement about the world. And more people are just going like, oh yeah, because Google's making it the top fucking result. Like, you Google something now, which people have trusted for a very long time, and Google has not always only spoken the truth, but there was a time when Google was at least somewhat trustworthy. And now Google is just presenting ChatGPT fucking garbage as the very first result, and we have a bunch of people who completely lack critical thinking skills, completely lack any type of like cynicism or healthy doubt, and they're just taking this slop. Oh yeah, Goche fan. They're an idiot. It was very funny. It was just an example to me of like, we've always had idiots, but the needle is definitely moving on how exploitable and how leadable the idiots are. Elano Man, thank you for the Twitch follow. Glacial and Horny Angel, as well as Gaxon, thank you for the Twitch follows as well. All right, we're doing the manual ad break. And then we're doing the Scrandle, and then we are doing the deck roasting. Jarthur is here, Alec Man, so we're gonna go Jarthur first. So just like zen out for like 20 minutes. Very yes, Jared. Very yes. All right, 3-minute ad break. All right, so the point of this game is we are here to pick which food we think other people rated higher. The image matters, the ingredients matter, the price matters. These are both foods from England, so they're both bad. I normally just vote against the English every single time. God, I feel like the burger has to be better. I mean, I guess you get fries, but like British fries are some of the worst goddamn things ever made. It's not the one on the right. Oh my God, it was the one on the right. Fuck. All right. We have more English food. Ugh. So we have a steak pie or we have a hot dog. Pulled pork, chilies, and cheese. I refuse to believe any of you crazy motherfuckers are picking peas over this. Thank you. I have a friend who works at a summer camp to help teach kids who write/tell stories that are about kids in 7th grade who can't spell extremely basic stuff because they're taught this is how X word is spelled instead of phonics to actually figure out spelling. They constantly ask if they can use ChatGPT or other AIs to help, to scan stuff in, to do literally anything to help them. They're being stifled so aggressively. They're actively decaying year by year, and it's painful. See, that's what I'm scared about. Because we continue to defund the people that are supposed to help them do better. So yeah, I think like 10 to 20 years, I don't know what this country's going to look like. I think there's a lot of paths it can take. I think a lot of them, no matter who ends up in office 10 years from now, are fucking terrible because of what Trump has already done. Alright, we have samosa. What the fuck is a Prego, dude? A steak and egg roll? I'm going samosas because this looks like found footage and there's 2 of these. What the fuck, man? Holy shit. Stop giving me British food. These people are maniacs. Alright, double cheeseburger. This looks like shitty meat that was cooked to within an inch of its life. There's no way. Thank you. Thank you. That burger looks awful. I am so sorry for the life you have led, Jimmy. Alright, loaded buttermilk chicken or cannoli. Ooh, it's Brazilian, which means it's better. What the fuck, dude? Now we're back to only British food. Half a tiger loaf or extremely sad kebab. Yeah, thank you. No, man. What in the fucking green eggs and ham is happening on that plate? Get that out of here. Easy, the non-British thing. Easy, the non-British thing. Yeah, that's right. 6%. God damn it. Alright. Biscoff donut or fish finger sand. Oh, wait. Fish sticks? Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Fish sticks. Ooh. I like sweet and I like savory. So now we're trying to guess. When they social media polled these people, were they in the mood for savory or in the mood for sweet? Because, like, this thing, definitely better. There are way more situations in the day where if you walked up with the two of these, I would take this over this. This does look like this at least looks made. This looks like somebody packed this from home. Okay. Yeah. Donut clears. Donut clears. I missed it barely because I dropped out of college to start learning a trade, and my friends will always tell me about how their teachers just have straight AI lessons in their classes, and like if college professors can't give enough of a shit to make their own lessons, how dire is it for the K through 12 teachers that don't make a living wage? There is one point of not necessarily rebuttal, but elaboration on that, Coyote, and this is the last, we'll do the personal question about my name, but not rebuttal, but elaboration on that, which is, most college professors give less of a shit about their lessons than any other level of teacher. That's not a universal truth, but having been to college and having worked under a lot of professors, if your professor does any research for the university, they tend to see that as their job. And the teaching thing is like a just secondary thing. It's a thing they have to do. It is the boring clerical work that allows them to work on whatever personal project or personal line of study they're trying to pursue. And so I've typically, like, throughout my education career, high school teachers were the most invested in trying to make sure somebody learned something. Like, very early education teachers are trying to be a safe space for their students. Middle school teachers are miserable. High school teachers are the ones trying the hardest to make sure you learn something. And then college professors are like, I'm doing my shit. I'm going to tell you about how science works. And if you listen, cool. Danny, I've played it once with Elk, but I don't play it often. Okay, yeah. It's pretty fucking dire, dude. It's pretty fucking dire. Dark, they're telling people to use ChatGPT. That's fucking terrifying. That's... Because, like, using AI chatbots was not to write shit for you was not a thing when I was in college. When I was in college, the chatbots were at the level where if you tried to use them to write a paper, it was like immediately identifiable as nonsense gibberish. That's so dumb. Gregarious, I am glad to hear you are fighting the good fight against it, although it sounds like the war is not going well. My professor said that ChatGPT wrote better than half my class, so yeah. That's the difficulty, because like well, that's not the difficulty, but it brings up a point in my mind. I knew a lot of people in high school who were definitely dumber than being replaced by ChatGPT. They did not have ChatGPT to do stuff for them, but we would do, you know, peer review of papers, of quizzes, shit like that for like test prep, and like we got some stone cold idiots. Stone cold idiots, people who just cannot be arsed to engage with the subject material at all. Yeah, we've gone from this is obviously GPT to I genuinely can't tell half the time. That's because people used it more and more and more, and it's just like stealing, it's trying to steal the soul bits out of you and put them into its own writing. Kids think they can just be a streamer or rapper or whatever and they don't need education. That is true. I unfortunately fell ass backwards into this after working super hard to be a chemical engineer, but it's still dope as fuck. Oh, old head, listen, in artificial intelligence, the operative word is definitely artificial. It's, at this point, it's more of like a buzzword than anything else. Yeah, as Donut is saying, there's like, streamer is now just the current thing for I'm gonna be famous, but every kid has gone through a phase of, well, I'm gonna be this incredibly high earning profession. And as Dade is saying, they know we're cooked. They know we're cooked, and so they say, why the fuck should I try? Nobody, yeah, that's another, I think we went on, the last time somebody asked me about talking about that boomer phrase, like, oh man, kids these days don't want to work anymore. I remember going off about, yeah, they're right. They shouldn't want to work anymore. Working doesn't fucking get you anything. Maybe 80 years ago, working got you something, but the promise that the previous generations made to us about if you work hard and do these right things, good things will happen to you. And they've seen their parents now get totally fucked over for it. They've seen their parents like work hard, do the right thing, and then just fail completely and have all of the social safety net they were supposed to have ripped away from them. And so they go, why should I do what you're telling me is the right thing? It obviously does not work. It empirically does not work. It's not, oh, I'm having teenage ennui. I'm just being a cynic. It's like, I have watched everybody in my life do the right thing and be a good student and be broke and miserable. Hey, thank you, Rap Fan. I appreciate you. Give me strength, boss, for I am dying over my biochem notes here. Oh shit, rest in piss, Kolos. But yes, I want to be very clear. I have never worked as a chemical engineer. My professional path was I got my degree as a chemical engineer, and then I attempted to make it to the Olympics as a rower. And all of the entry-level chemical engineering jobs wanted you to work like 60 or 70-hour weeks, which just did not work with a full-time training schedule. And so I went, I'll put this on hold for a few years. I'm gonna do the rowing thing. And then by the time my back was so busted that I couldn't row anymore, I was like, well, I can do this shit. There's almost no work for chem engineers anyway. Has it really changed that much? Because I graduated I graduated 2017, and Chemi was like, you can get a job anywhere doing anything. It's all biotech stuff now. That makes sense. Obviously, I've not kept up with the, like, chemical engineer market stuff. Hollow Crown, the Ko-Fi is ko-fi.com/malltown, but commissions are not open right now. And Jarthur, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. That is good to know. Okay, I'm going to do the 2 personal questions, and then we're jumping into the roastings. From Paranormal and Activity, what's your 2K PR model? 2K PR is 603. I got that, I went... So let me do, like, bar graph over time. We're going to do very bad pirate software. So for those of you who have never rode, 603 is good, not great. If you want to make a national team, if you want to, like, qualify for international competition, being sub 6 for a guy is, like, you have to be there. There have been some world champions, there have been some Olympians who made it to that level with a 2K test time around that. They have been, like, technical gods. They have been just silk on the water when it comes to rowing. So this was, like, pretty good, not amazing. My high school PR was oh no, it wasn't 634, it was 628. $628. And then my college PR was 619. So I rode for the University of Washington, who is a very, very high performing rowing team, and I fucking hate them. Fucking hate them. Love all the people I rode with, fucking hate them. So I came in there as a high schooler who was going 628. I had been improving like relatively linearly. Things have been going well. I get there, I get to 619 in my first year at UW, and then I just fucking stall. Just completely stall for 3 years. For 3 years, I make no progress at all. They cut me. They said it's because I just can't hack it. I'm not trying hard enough. I don't have the heart for this type of thing. I take 8 months totally off of the sport. I don't row at all. I do glamour lifts to feel good about myself, and I go for, like, walks around my neighborhood. I come back to rowing, not even thinking I'm going to make the national team, just thinking, like, I'm going to enjoy using my body. I still like this sport. Within 9 months, I go 603. And then a little bit after that, my back gives out. So I made... What's that ratio? It's almost twice as much. I made almost twice as much progress in about 1 year of training on my own as I did in 3.5 years of training under these people, because their answer for everything was, you don't want it bad enough. It was never, if your injury did not show up on an x-ray, you did not have it. If you have a bad day, you did not have a bad day. You had a weak-minded piss baby day. Well, Dark, they did, because rowing was so popular there. They had enough bodies to throw at the problem that they could just say, okay, we're doing grindhouse stuff, and if, like, enough of you will succeed because we have the critical mass of bodies. Nighty Night, thank you for the Prime sub for the 2nd month in a row. My cat likes watching a few specific streamers, and I just wanted to let you know she becomes fully focused on the screen when she hears you talking. She likes card games and anti-capitalist convention. Well, I love kitties, so thank you very much for sharing that, Nighty Night. Yes, Dark, I am very much channeling my old rowing coaches. Atavias, the way you get a deck review, there's 3. You can show up for a free deck roasting stream. Those are the beginning of every month. They're not today. You can purchase a commission on Ko-Fi. Those are $69. They're sold at the beginning of every month. So August 3rd is going to be your next chance for that. And then if you hate money, but you love me, you can spend $500 for a live deck roast or $694.20 for a live co-roast with me and my girlfriend. I did not, Alec, but it's okay because we're moving into Jarthur's deck right now. This is spooky, comma scary. Edge of Eternity's Precon spoiler, which I believe we've all seen. Poisonous Machine. Oh, fuck. The game plan is to create an infinite proliferate loop and then use a wind converter to murder everybody. Originally, I wanted to try for bracket 4, but I quickly realized I couldn't get to pieces fast enough to be a threat, so I downgraded it to 3, where it occasionally feels too fast. I can make a use case for the pet cards. Not a good case, but they do exist. Tags are there, but mainly what I view the card's purpose as... Okay, great. So it's Kilo, Apogee, Mind. We're proliferating. I presume you're doing poison. The game plan is I have released Anthrax into the ventilation system. Good luck. That sounds good. Listen, as much as hi baby, thank you. As much as I want to be a combo hater, I can kind of get behind I want to win the game by making R2-D2 make that little scream sound until everybody dies. R2-D2 noise until your ears bleed. I can work with that dream. Mana Enabler. Sure, okay. 32 lands is brave, but we only have a 3-mana commander. Mana Rock, pet cards. The fuck? Oh shit, okay, if we're sharing pet cards, let me pull up my favorite pet card. If I'm in a table where they can't appreciate the flavor of this, sometimes I'll bring out my second favorite pet card. And motherfuckers still get mad, I don't get it. Jarthur, thank you for the 10-bit cheer. That's one of the wind converters. Yeah, it is. You motherfucker. That's the thing I'm making fun of you for. So that's crazy good. This one looks like a pet card, although if I see something that like taps to deal a damage to a creature, this is also just a win condition. Oh yeah, see, this is a pet card. Oh no, poison, not VV. Okay, well VV is also probably part of your win condition if I'm being real. Yeah, this guy's a true pet card. And then Clive is like, I don't know, depending on how much red you have, this is like a pet card, but not a worthless one. Poison counters, so we have a couple infect creatures. Alright, probable wind converter. Okay, so we can tap to deal 1. So really what we're looking for is I need a net 0 way to tap and untap with one of these things on the field. Do not hit me, please. That's so fucking funny. And then we have Tapper. Oh yes, my favorite tap synergy. Urza, Lord High Artificer. But he, you know what? Kilo's an artifact. He makes Kilo tough. We're bracket 3. You get a few crimes. Hey, thank you, Afro. Katsuki, see, VV is not too strong for EDH in general, but they are very good. I personally would view VV as a game changer every time I saw them. Alright. Quicksmith Smite. Okay, these seem solid enough, right? Paradise Mantle, I presume we have the Penman, yeah, we have the Freed from the Real Penman's Aura combo. Our biggest difficulty is probably lack of tutors, right? Yeah, why do we not have those, huh? Where's my... We have one pet white boy, where's my other? I mean, maybe two... God, maybe on 32 lands, 2 white pips is actually too fucking crazy for you, but let me investigate this. So we have... You are a goddamn jokester. You are a goddamn jokester. Also a jokester. Also a... This is what Brash Taunter's in here for? You fuck. You're never getting to 10 on this thing. Oh my god. Okay, so... So I think, Jarthur, I think we are at a pivotal impasse between, in terms of what this deck wants to be. I think you do need to decide whether you want this to be a combo deck or whether you want this to be a synergy deck where the wins can sometimes happen quickly. Because we have some things in here that are combo, right? Magistrate Scepter, I get infinite turns. Fire Whip, I get infinite damage. And then we have the goddamn Dawnsire, which is if you leave me in a corner for 5 minutes, I will shoot Brash Taunter. He will yell boing fwip so loudly that it will shatter the eardrums of everybody on the planet, and then you will die. And things like Dawnsire into Brash Taunter, that seems very, like, on the corner of bracket 2. Maybe you get it to bracket 3 if you're tutoring a ton of this shit, but in general, that's a bracket 2-ass thing you've set before me. And then if we go, you know, I Urza combo into, I get, let's see, it would be Paradise Mantle, Urza, any of these into Freed from the Real, and you all die to poison counters turn 4? I think that the God Hand, right? The God Hand is Paradise Mantle, turn 1. Blighted Agent, turn 2. Kilo, turn 3. Urza, turn 4. And turn 4, I have a poison counter on 2 people. Now, that's assuming no interaction, but that's turn 4, I win the game infinitely. That seems bracket 3. We require 4 cards to get that done, so I'm not going to call that... obviously not a, like, comp level win con. But Dawnsire Brash Taunter, that takes way more time to get going. I don't think we have prologue to Phyresis, and we should. So part of me wonders if Jarthur has just not seen the cards to achieve their goals, and seeing some shit like Benthic Biomancer in here really does make me believe that. This is a cool synergy card. But we do need to decide if we are a synergy deck that can sometimes combo, or if we are a combo deck. That's going to dictate a lot of how we want to change this thing. Because if we just want to have, you know, Wally break bad, you can do a ton of shit like Benthic Biomancer. We can use the new charge counters draw engine from Edge of Eternities. You can look for a ton of the cute shit. Dog. This ain't part of a combo deck. This is part of an ASPCA Dragon Adoption Drive. What are you showing me this for? We just had this? You just saw that you picked up the Urza and then he was stuck to the back? It's decent draw spell if you're mono red. If you're mono red and you don't have access to good draw spells, yes it is. But it's cute. Thank you, Terrence, for saying that, because we need to decide if we're cute or if we are R2-D2 holding Anthrax. We have a Mox Amber, which is, it's really fucking funny that you did not do the artifact Mox. And then I think we're doing wheels because we just straight up don't know about good blue card draw. Because there's some things like Consult the Star Charts actually gets a little bit weaker for you than it does for other decks because we are so low on our land counts. We're probably going to miss a few. So this becomes worse than in other decks, but this is still a very good card draw spell. It is probably going to be inferior to stock up for you. Regardless, we have a lot of ways to pick up cards that are much, much better than what we're doing. We also have combo wins with almost no tutors in the deck, right? What is Merchant Scroll going to tutor for? We get a blue instant card. Where is the blue instant that's going to find... Right, we're going to tutor up Frantic Search. Could be Prologue to Phyresis. That we don't even have to do a meme face on that. We could genuinely tutor up Prologue to Phyresis. That's part of it. We need poison counters. So we have exactly one additional copy of our Infect WinCon thing. We have one additional copy of Paradise Mantle. We have one additional copy of Paradise. Like we are very, very, very low on tutors in favor of bad mid-range. And that is a situation you do not want to be in if you are a combo deck. If you are a combo deck, it needs to be, here are my outs. If it's not an out, here's a tutor for my out. If it's not a tutor for my out, it's either a very good engine or it's a piece of interaction. Like you have Urza. You're genuinely, this is the type of deck that wants to run Rhystic Study. Like if we're running, and I'm partial to running cute shit, but when you run cute shit, we want it to be cute shit for a reason. Like Ponder is in here because you didn't know about stock up. Flush Out is in here because we didn't look at Consult the Star Charts for long enough. I can see Vivi being in here because, oh my god, he's such a cutie. But if you say like, oh, Stormshriek Feral, also a beloved pet card. Oh, Ponder Faithless Looting, also beloved pet cards. Then we got to give up on the combos because then we're going way too wide. We're going way too wide on how many pet cards we want to have in this deck that's going to combo off and win, and the vibes are going to be too disorganized for us to have a good time. Yeah, fuck it. Taru's draw, it replaces itself. And then we have a rant from Troper, which is worse, Stormshriek Feral or Hearth Elemental? Hearth Elemental, easily. This is at least, if we were doing infinite mana, this is an outlet to kill one player. This almost has a use. Hearth Elemental's only use is to make me sad and give you a free cut. Ishtar's, I think if the deck was built well, we could probably find a place for Intruder Alarm. Yeah, are we... Okay, so infinite proliferate. But yeah, like we're not goblin welding. We're not goblin welding, we're not goblin engineering, we're not doing any of the type of stuff I would expect to see from a deck that wanted to combo off. We're doing like, I sit in the corner beeping and booping, and one day in the future I may yet combo off. I'm not playing this only because I don't want the table to like freak out. So I play Propaganda, stop hitting me. I'm gonna go get a basic. And by a basic, I mean starting town. Alright, I have a shitload of artifacts out. Turn 5. I have a thing with infect. I don't have anything that can untap. I'm never going to attack unless I have blighted agent. I get out Kilo. So I have a 3/3. I can tap it with Relic of Legends. I don't even want to play this because any type of politicking I'm doing is highly reliant on the fact that people think I have bricked my opening hand. Fuck yeah. Dude, 32 lands who we are flooding. That is getting surveilled away. I will Dawnsire. I'll crew it with Kilo. I'll begin the process. I Mana Rock. And now Jarthur, I know you're there typing on your little keyboard going, "Oh, but this is not a fair playtest. I'm flooding." And that's the point. You have almost no card draw spells, and many of them are quite bad. We're gonna be proliferate. Hey, look at that. No stock up, no nothing. Where's my faithless looting? Somewhere else. Excellent. I have gotten Dawnsire online. Now all I need is something to attack with and the belief that Brash Taunter is on top of my deck. Nope. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We've gone infinite. On turn 9, somewhat accidentally. So now I just tap Kilo forever. This has infinite charge counters. We have no interaction in hand to protect this. We can do 20 damage to one player and send one creature into the sun, which is very funny. Bracket 3 combo deck, this is not. So Jarthur, I'm going to sentence you off rip. Either make this a bracket 2 synergy deck that can sometimes pull out wins with like Brash Taunter and Dawnsire, or we have to make it a true combo deck. And if we make it a true combo deck, your card advantage has to be much better. Your tutors have to be much better. Your interaction has to be much better. And then you have to be able to present genuine lines. I hate presenting lines, but you have to be able to rail discrete lines about how we are going to get to this combo from most starting hands. You have to be able to reasonably mulligan into a hand where you go like, okay, I'm gonna get there. If you were to make a commander deck with only 14 lands, who would you pick? I don't think I would do that. I do good things most of the time. If I were to do that, it would be an incredibly low mana cost commander. Maybe you could do it with Hogak, but I feel like 14 lands, you don't even get the lands to play the stuff from your 99 that fills your graveyard to do Convoke and Delve. I guess Spooky and Combo are hard to mix. Terrence, it's hard, but it's not impossible. We did that the other day with Glass Geo's Gishath deck. It's very possible, but we do have to decide what we're about. What's hard to mix is mid-range and multiple combos. Like if you have a mid-range deck and we fill you with a bunch of card advantage and a bunch of interaction, your combos have to be really tight, and we've got some loose butthole combos with also loose card advantage. One of those has to be tight. And so like these obviously can stay. These are part of the if I achieve my 3-card infinite, this is the outlet. But we have we have long range sensor, Dawnsire, Inspirit. These are all funny synergy cards that are not discrete outlets that should just be tutors or should just be stock ups or should just be memories returning. And then like pet cards I will try to let you keep because it's bracket 3. You do have room for pet cards. But we gotta do better than Faithless Looting. Like we gotta do The Benthic Biomancer, this is on the like cute synergy side of things. You just had this. We just had booster packs from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Then we have a good card, and then we have our interaction section, pretty good. I don't think we need to change the interaction section much at all, but we need to change how we are accessing our interaction section. And so like the things you're missing that could help you very much are Goblin Engineer. If you run this and you run a lot of artifact lands, now we have a all-in-one way to get, another way to get Paradise Mantle out onto the field, or Relic of Legends out onto the field. We can also do Cloud, but as we said before, 2 white pips can be kind of hard with how few things you're doing. And then like your mana rocks, like Astral Cornucopia, because we are not using an infinite mana outlet, this card is here as silly number go up, make me happy. I guess the only infinite mana outlet we have is Viral Drake, but if we're in a world where we have infinite mana, it's because we did infinite taps, which means we already did infinite proliferate. So this guy's really just here to be a flying infect creature. Same goes for Everflowing Chalice, kind of. Like this one, we'd at least use it as a 2 mana rock for 1. But you need colors. Like your 2 mana rocks should be something that are fixing your colors to get Kilo down. Mox Amber, sure. Free artifact for your artifact count, but we don't have the things that care about artifact counts either. And then we're missing the big wide world of blue cards that tutor artifacts for me. There's Fabricate, there's War of Invention. So I will leave it at, Jarthur, we have left on the bench a million ways to get the, what's the right word for this? If we keep doing this is R2-D2 Breaking Bad, you need to get the mod that allows R2-D2 to hit an overflow error in their brain. We have to overclock R2-D2. And you have left on the bench most of the tutors that will allow you to grab part of the overclock R2-D2 puzzle. Then the difficulty becomes your untappers are enchantments, which white can get. Blue's not very good at getting those. Red isn't very good at getting those. But I believe white is... There's obviously the 2 Enlightened Tutor, Idyllic Tutor. But I believe we can do even better for enchantment in Jeskai. There's Academy Rector. This is kind of second propaganda for you. Not really, but it's 1 chump blocker who you will play after your commander, and if somebody swings in, you can now threaten, okay, if you swing at me, I'm going to put Pemenzora into play. There's Moonblessed Cleric. That's a good call out. Plea for Guidance is probably too expensive. So those are all the ones we're going to get. Holy shit, you could do Wild Research. That's funny. This is made for you, dude. Terrible Jeskai combo card. This is your man. Oh my god. But we need more stuff like this if we want to be on the combo. If we're going to call ourselves a combo deck, we have to be about the combo. And if you don't want to be a combo deck, you have to be way less about the combo. And we have to be way more about other stuff that we can proliferate for gradual value. Because right now, we don't get to the combo quickly, and we create no gradual value. We create no board because we don't have anything. We're not like proliferating counters onto anything. We're not proliferating. Like you could do, like Open Heart. I don't think it's Open Heart. It's something Heart. It's that enchantment. It's that flurry enchantment from Dragonstorm. Aligned Heart. Yeah, second spell each turn, rally counter, make monks with prowess. This makes you a board if you proliferate it. Yeah, you could do Dreamtide Whale. But there's a lot of stuff where it's very obvious that we have caught ourselves exactly in the middle of like 3 or 4 different game plans that we want to do. And then there's some things where we just didn't know what the good cards were, so we put in what we had. I will forgive you for that. Assemble the fucking Legion? Yeah, see, like, this is for your mid... This is my bracket 2 or bracket 3, like, mid-range synergy Kilo deck. Cute as hell. Cute as hell. Not very strong. Will actually convert to a win for you. But we can't put it in this deck because this deck has to worry about spinning in a circle very quickly. So, Jarthur, I'm going to put you... with love, I'm going to put you in Lost. I think what you have seen is you have seen a commander you like, which is a very good thing. I think you have 2 or 3 decks within your mind that you actually want to have exist. I would recommend proxying all of them. One of them should be a combo deck. For the one that you want to be a combo deck, you have to take anything that is not starts the infinite, outlets the infinite, tutors the infinite, protects the infinite, and you get rid of it for something in one of those 4 categories. Or if you can't find anything, you at least replace like the Faithless Lootings of the world with the Stock Ups of the world, with the like Memories Returning of the world, which isn't even that strong of a card draw spell, but at least it's something. And then you just have a different deck, which is, oh, if I tapped Kilo once a turn, what cards would make me really happy to see Kilo tapped once a turn, maybe twice a turn cycle if I do Unstoppable Plan or something like that. Because this deck, you could also throw in like the ISO Rev combo. If you want to do a combo deck, you can do Isochron Scepter, Isochron Scepter Dramatic Reversal if you have rocks and an untapper, or if you have rocks and a tapper. This is another path to get Infinite Proliferate, and it combines Infinite Proliferate with Infinite Mana. So we got to go deeper. If you want to do combo, go deeper on the combo bench. If you want to do mid-range, go deeper on the mid-range deck. I think either of these are cute and fun, but we got to pick our lane. So that's where I'm going to leave you for now, Jarthur, but thank you very much for the submission. And you did make me kind of like this commander when I thought I was going to hate him. So bless you for that. I'm going to hit the manual ad break, and then it's Elikman's time. Dale, thank you for the $5 super chat. We are flooding the facility with neurotoxin at Apogee Science, indeed. Jared, just for you, smash. We could do the One Ring Baconator. It just requires, it mandates changing out our game changers. I genuinely think if you did this as a combo deck, it's bracket 4. I think you do it as a bad mid-range deck that has a combo out, and it's not good enough to compete at CEDH, but I think it would genuinely benefit from giving it all of the best cards you could, and then you were that like gross Rhystic Study, Smothering Tithe, whatever player, and you just try to eventually spin really fast in a circle and make the R2-D2 noise, which Mango is definitely going to edit into the VOD. Thank you. And then I think there's a very fun mid-range deck that doesn't do any of that and just tries to proliferate to its heart's content. All right, manual ad break, Elikman's time. See you all in a moment. Okay, children. We're home. Aldemert, Obi the One, thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the Doghouse. Jarthur, thank you for the 100-bit cheer combo. Think I lost half the tutors to avoid being bracket 4, and thank you for the roast. Let me look at Rachel Weeks's bracket graphic. And so if we want to avoid bracket 4, what you actually have to drop is Magistrate Scepter, because you're not supposed to chain extra turns. You don't have to bring all the tutors, but if you don't want to bring all of the tutors, you do need to bring all of the good card draw, and you need to bring at least a couple board clears, because you need to not die for, like, your do not hit me please, good start, Armageddon them. Don't actually, like Wrath of God. Percival, thank you for the personal question. What are your thoughts on the bonus sheet in Final Fantasy drafts? I've been making a cube around the set, and I'm considering adding a bonus sheet slot to my packs. I'm curious whether or not you're a fan of its impact on limited. I fucking hate the bonus sheet. Listen, I think it's important to temper that statement with, I'm bad at draft, I'm getting better. I am learning to be less offended when my opponent just rips a bomb on my head. Every single game I have resolved or had a bonus sheet card resolved against me, it has felt like that game does not matter. So I would personally not recommend it. Pat, yes, it is possible to be bracket 3 with no game changers. It depends on how niche your strategy is. There are some decks that function best with such weird cards that you can become quite optimized without putting a game changer in. True, I lost a game to Finn the Fangbearer in Final Fantasy Draft that did radicalize. Quito, I do not speak, I believe you're speaking Italian. Jarthur, thank you for the additional 170. Working on it. One last thing, boss. The deck has 36 lands, not 32. Just a couple are tagged. Ah, okay. Then that's good. That explains how we drew so many. I think that's appropriate. Alright, manual ad break over. Alec man, are you here with us? I call you. Oh, you have a thumbs up earlier. So yes, you are still here with us. Beautiful. Get you rocking and rolling. This is a spooky deck. Context is simple. I love what Agatha does, and I wanted to make a deck around her. I also realized Monstrosity is an activated ability, and I love Monstrosity, so I wanted to put in some of the better Monstrosity cards. I also like the Invoker creatures, so I included them as Agatha payoffs. What I'm running into is, as usual, problems with consistency. It rarely feels like I see regular engines or cards that pump Agatha's power enough to make my activated abilities cheap enough to matter. Maybe this is because I'm trying to carry too many toy trains, but still I'd appreciate ways to fine-tune it. Alright, so for those of you unfamiliar with Agatha, Gruul Grandmommy. She's a 1/1, but she reduces the activated abilities of other creatures by her power, and then she has a mana dump to overrun everything if you just float a million fucking mana. Hey, thank you, Alda. Removal. 8 mana, 5 damage to a player. So player removal, that's supremely cute. I can see why you wanted to make a deck around these worthless little shitheads. Protection. Yeah, 2 is a little low, but these are good protection spells. Pump. Wow. Wow. Wow! Okay. Wow, okay. So let's break this down one at a time. I would re-tag these around outlets, or like whatever word you want to use for. I pay into this, I tap out into this, I win the game. Or I kill a player, at least. Because that's what Aura and Reef Invoker is. Witch's Mark looks like a cute way to get Agatha's power up. Card selection that will buff my commander, sure. Rada, bad. So we have a pump that at minimum is going to cost 2. She's never going to innately have trample. So most of what we're playing her for is taking lands off the top of my library. Rising of the Day. Sure, we're doing it for haste. My concern about the haste is like, it seems like half of our cards we just want to do, like Flameweave Invoker, right? This guy getting haste. We don't fucking care. Agatha does not give trample for 2 until we get Agatha to 4 power. Oh, and Agatha gives haste. Right, okay, Elikman, it is not a defense to say words that are true about it. We're not like, I'm not saying cut this for a land. I'm trying to identify what things are not greatly effective to your game plan. We can't just go, oh, this card fits the scheme, therefore it goes in, because you will end up with 400 cards that are appropriate for the deck. I'm trying to identify, like, we're doing something where we're paying 3 mana for an effect our commander can give if she's big. Does it help with the beginning? It helps with a +1/+0 to our commander, not to this guy, not to this guy, not to this guy. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And then this is another, like, this can pump Agatha's power technically, but we have to pay 8 mana into it, so this is probably not happening unless we've already gotten her power big enough. Now, if we want to keep it just because it says Invoker in the name, and like, this is a thing where it behooves us to tag what are the pet cards. Because if we just love the Invokers, then we can try to do something that keeps the Invokers, because we're in bracket 2 and we want to keep them as little pet cards. But really, this entire section is like sacrificing consistency for a thing that is tangentially related to what we want to do. Death Kiss, I'm presuming, has monstrosity on it, so we want to keep it. Okay, Magus of the Candelabra. I think this is pretty cute ramp, right? If we have, even at a 1 power Agatha, we can pay 1 mana to untap 2 lands. I think that pays off at every point of the game. Biophagus. We can make Agatha come in as a 2/2. Bugenhagen. 7 or greater. Oh, you're dreaming big. We also have just like, we have a crap load of ramp, and I'm kind of wondering what it's for. Like, what's our... Infinity and beyond on the ramp section, but we are living well within our means. Because, and I'm not even going to look at the chat. I know you're saying it. I know you're saying, well, the activated abilities cost quite a lot, and that's me attempting to lead you to water right now, dog. Because if we are attempting to pay for these activated abilities for full price, or even near full price, we've already fucked up. And the way we are going to create consistency is not by ramping so hard we can pay full price. It's by giving grandma a gun. Like, we have, so it looks like we're trying to do it with counters, which is very Gruel of you, and I think is also a distinct mistake. Perfect card for this example. If we forced Adaptation Agatha, she will go from a 1/1 to a 2/2. Then to a 3/3 2 turns after, then to a 4/4. If she's ever killed, because the table looks at her and goes, oh boy, that's quite a lot of cost reduction they have, we now have to start all over, and we can't start all over with forced adaptation. Versus, like, I'm not even going to show you a good equipment. This is, you instantly get +1/+0, and I can always reuse it. Instantly, always, no problems. So if we have really good 1/1 counters cards, we can keep using those. This is where you should start being selective about what equipments can I get away with using, because those are going to reset Agatha's power to a good number every time she comes in, rather than I need to build up Agatha's power from scratch. Nope, we're not doing Ozolith, because that's going to give us consistency problems. If we go, well, we can do the slow and bad thing, so long as we pull one specific card out of our 99 to keep them around when the bad thing happens to us, we're in trouble again. And so, on the topic of good counters cards, I think Agatha's Soul Cauldron, in a deck with a ton of activated abilities, for sure you can find a use for this. Drillworks Mole, I'm not a huge believer in, because it's the same. We're going to do one a turn, maybe. Master Seymour has monstrosity, cute, pie in the sky, greedy thing. Ah, I see chat understands. I see chat understands. What if for 6 mana, every single goddamn thing I played was an immediately huge threat? Now my commander's a threat. She pays 2 mana to give herself trample and haste. She turns all of my invokers down to 1 cost activated abilities. Like, this is your peak bomb. This is, my commander is cheap, I'll be able to recast my commander. If I can play this ahead of curve, oh, even turn 5. We don't even have to rush this out. Turn 5, we get them, dude. We get these motherfuckers. And then other good counter cards, because we don't have to dispense with 1/1 counters entirely. Helana and Elena is quite strong. If they deal with your commander, they're still going to have a problem with this, so long as you have any other creatures on board. And this is 2 counters onto my commander every turn, which is a much faster ramp. We want to do better than 1 counter a turn in isolation. That's before we add in any doublers, if you would put a counter on, put 1 additional one on. We want to do. Isn't this bracket 2 though? How will you consistently get an enchantment in your hand from the 99? Gene, that's the beauty. We don't have to. We're just talking about, what I'm talking about now is I want to replace everything in the deck that makes us go, with things in the deck that makes us go, fuck yeah. And the goal is that we're going to get enough of them in that every game you get something out of the fuck yeah pile. We don't have to draw Raised by Giants every game, but we want it in the deck such that if you draw it, you're going to be happy. Same goes for Helana and Elena. Rather than seeing this fuck-ass mole, we're going to see these guys, and we're going to be happy about it. So we don't need to tutor. We don't need to tutor. We exclusively need some okay card selection and just some heat to lay on the table. Yeah, Rhythm of the Wild, great. Making stuff uncounterable. Giving stuff haste, fine. Ooh! Okay, let's talk about this. This is a big gamble where I don't think we need to be gambling. So at combat, we get 1 counter. And I know you put this in because you saw that juicy, juicy word double. I do want you to consider that if we do not have a safe place to swing a 2/2, this card is going to make us incredibly sad rather than incredibly happy. So this is the type of thing that I would recommend cutting for Helana and Elena, or cutting for Raised by Giants. If we get the situations where we get lucky, we have a safe space to swing this 2/2, then oh boy, we ramp our commander so fast. But if we're currently dealing with consistency problems, then I want to take out this card because it's inconsistent. Tribute is cute enough. What I worry about with Tribute is not even its interaction with our commander. It is, most of the rest of our deck, we're going to be putting counters on, and it's not going to help us. Because we go Tribute, if we have to recast our commander, hell yeah, our commander's a 3/3, we get to start at a higher amount of power. Most of the other shit we can hit in the deck, like, this is getting counters on, that's getting a card, ooh, that's getting a card. Maybe this is better than I thought. That's getting counters, that's getting counters, that's getting counters, that's getting counters. So I think it's on like 60-40, 70-30 that we're going to get counters, and we don't actually get a use out of it. That hurts me. That hurts me deep. And so this is a situation where if I want to draw cards and I want my commander to be big, like, how could we, for like a very reasonable amount of mana, chat, please read my mind. It's stuck somewhere in the recesses of my big brain. How could we make this commander's power and toughness good and get a card draw engine? It's coming to me. Yeah. Yeah. Let it flow through you, Alec, man. Let it flow through you. Not cultivate, Terrence, you dumb motherfucker. The sword of free and shit, indeed. So these are the types of, if we have crazy good... Lich, you're still going today, don't worry. We are not shoving the big stupid cactus man into this deck. I think Sword of Wealth and Power would also be... So I think the swords that are worth including for you, I think there are 3. I think the swords that you should put in this deck, Buster Sword, the Wop Sword, makes you a treasure, it's going to copy your stuff. If you have ramp spells in hand, like copying a ramp spell is kind of the floor for you, and it's still fine because it just makes your commander castable for the rest of the turn, for the rest of the game. Sword of Wealth and Power, and then Sword of Fire and Ice, actually. Sword of Fire and Ice, mainly because it has draw a card stapled to it. I don't think Hero's Blade is worth... I think if you were going to begin reaching, if we were going to begin stretching for other equipments that still made us happy, I would go for Black Blade Reforged over anything else because of what a fucking honking late game power buff it's going to be. Hero's Blade is very, I want to get in early and I want to get in for damage. We're including these other swords because Sword of Wop has some of the best protection in the game. Sword of Fire and Ice says draw a card. Buster Sword's the best sword in the game. And then Black Blade Reforged is like, if I play it early, it's good. If I play it late, it would reduce reconfigure. I think that's a totally different direction. So anyway, I'd also do Fire and Ice to get... just to get this card draw, because we're obviously lacking on it. Tawashi Guidebot's cute as fuck. I've made you cut this from other decks. I'll let you keep it here. Because there's the possibility, the very real possibility, that you're gonna do 1 mana tap, draw a card. That's still, Alec, I still want you to understand. Perfect world. You have the Mandate of Heaven. I swear to God I thought you did. Mandate of Heaven, this is 5 mana, I draw 1, 6 mana, I draw 2, 7 mana, I draw 3, 8 mana, I draw 4, and it's 8 mana, draw 4, so the 4th tap is where this starts to begin. 0 mana tap draw. That is extreme Christmas land, because that requires us to have the creature be modified and Agatha's power have to combine, because Agatha can't get it to 0. Agatha can get it to 1, and then its internal reduction can get it to 0. I don't feel super confident about signing off on that happening consistently in this deck. The Cauldron's in there. Right, champion. That is the sentence that I said, is that its internal cost reduction can get it to 0. I do not feel confident enough. Well, Nugget, it's any modified creature if Agatha's power is 3. If Agatha's power is 2, we need 2 modified creatures. If Agatha's power is 1, we need 3 modified creatures. Oh, but it can modify. Okay, so we have to get Agatha to 3. Okay. That makes it probably 1 turn sooner I'm happier, because then it's 4 mana, wait a turn, draw 1. 4 mana, wait 2 turns, draw 2. 4 mana, wait 3 turns, draw 3. 4 mana, wait 4 turns, draw 4. That's still like 3 to 4 turns before we are happy. Just a good card. Says monstrous on it. Okay, this is another thing where I think it's terminally fine. It's terminally fine, not perfect. Because we can move a counter, but it has a set number of counters that we're going to run out of. The fastest it can do is 1 counter a turn, and it's giving haste, which we can already give if we're succeeding. So I do not like the Monkey Spring. Hydra's growth, it's greedy. This is the type of thing I would recommend putting in your sideboard until you feel really good about the deck's consistency issues, and then bringing it back out when the deck can keep it up, for lack of a better term, because this will be huge upside. If anybody uses removal, you fold in half, because now we don't get to keep any of this, compared to something like a sword, which is going to be a lower upside. But even if Agatha gets shot, that wasn't greed, boss. That was desperation. Oh no. Deepwood. Okay, Deepwood Denizen is Tawashi Guidebot. If Tawashi Guidebot was shitty, I think kill this guy with hammers instantly, because we are moving away from the counter strategy that you already have. Inscription of Abundance. I think this one's trying to pull double duty, but it's not good enough at either of those jobs for me to feel really good about it. And I'm comparing this in my head to, am I happier kicking this or casting and equipping a sword? And I think for the swords we have recommended, casting and equipping a sword makes me happier than kicking Inscription of Abundance does. Fangs of Colonia. I think this one goes the way of the dodo, just because we are steadily moving away from the actually, maybe we can keep it. I mean, it's 2 mana, get to 3 power, which 3 power is not nothing. I'll return to this. You keep all of these. We kill Hot Spring, we kill Rising of the Day. So our invokers can, we beat a man to death. This pre-power creep Tifa Lockhart. This will burn the table down. This will kill one guy. Board wide buff. Okay. Cutie cutie. And then here are our monsters. Very restrained. Very restrained. Luke is British. Thank you for the Twitch follow. And Skinny, thank you for the 3 months. At tier 1, my friend. Welcome back to the dog home. My Monodest the 7th, thank you for the Prime sub for the 3rd month. I appreciate your Jeffrey bucks. And then Rorkstan, thank you for the Prime sub for the 2nd month. Welcome back to the dog home. Forgotten Ancient could work in this deck. Forgotten Ancient is probably one of the better counter cards you could put in this deck, because this is a thing where you play this, they could shoot Agatha, and then you still have a massive problem on the board in a bracket 2 game. So we definitely swap one of these counter cards for Forgotten Ancient. It's just so good. Nefarious card touchery. So we have an activated ability to check the top 3 and get a permanent. That's very cute. Yeah, I would love to make this good and workable for us. Bugenhagen. Cap. Wow. Ooh. Oh, we are hurting. Erd Heirloom, very good. Oriet of Mountains Blaze. Oh, and that's really just cycling. God, you are digging. You are digging here. Okay, I'm gonna look for card draw for you. We deadass might have to keep Deepwood Denizen just because we're so hard up for real draw. Oh, we're tagging play lands from top as card draw. How the Gruul player suffers, man. Oh, we're gonna start a GoFundMe for this shit. Boat, Camel, King Kraken, and Hebard, thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse. Yeah, so we can... here's our options for how we're gonna fix the card touchery section. We can go for... I'm gonna have faith that Agatha is gonna get good, or get big. I'm gonna vomit my hand into making Agatha big, and then I'm gonna draw because of it. That worries me a little bit. I think the other direction we can go is say, well, our curve's really responsible. The things that we want to get to, our curve's pretty responsible. Even the things we want to add in are not that irresponsible. Yeah, Snail was being content pilled. I mean, play lands from top is good. It certainly it is. If you have to put it in a category, you put it in the card draw category rather than its own category. And also, shut up. This is one of the engines I'm thinking of for you. It is impulse draw. It may make you a little sad, but in bracket 2, we have to be willing to miss a few of our cards. And again, we look at your curve. Taxpayer curve. Bakes a pie for the local U's every Sunday. Like, calls their mom every 3 nights, asks how they're doing. Very, 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 very good, responsible child. Clean shoes, this mana curve. And so with that, I think we can go more into impulse draw, because it's very unlikely that we're going to totally miss something. I don't like Elemental Bond, Jester, and I'm already looking at Tribute to the World Tree as a thing that we'd want to cut. And another thing I would like to spin by you, we have a lot of 2-mana ramp. When we ideally want to play our commander on 2, which is weird to me when we've taken 2-mana ramp over 1-mana ramp. Like, this is a deck where Birds of Paradise, Llanowar Elves, the stuff that we can play on 1 does help us, because what it does is it activates turn 3, I play a 4-drop, and I have not delayed my commander. That's kind of the example I will give you is I play a Dork turn 1. I play my commander turn 2. I have 1 mana floating. Oh my god, I can't use that, I'm so sad, until turn 3, where I play Helana and Elena. Now I'm very happy again. If there's other 4-drops we can find for you, similar type of thing, or even just other 3-drops where now, like, missing a land won't be too bad. I picked land ramp over dorks because you can shoot the dorks. I don't play at tables with Armageddon. That's a good impulse, but what I want to show you is you did play dorks. You played a bunch of fucking 2-mana dorks. You played Soulbright Flamekin. You played, well, Rada's more draw. You played Frontier Guide. You played Bugenhagen. You played Biophagus. Like, we do have a lot of stuff in here that's just happening on 2 and is mostly ramp. Biophagus, getting your commander off the ground is important enough that we can think about it. But yeah, Utopia Sprawl, which actually works even better with Magus of the Candelabra. There's a ton of 1 mana ramp options where we really, really want to give you access to 4 drops by turn 3. That's the upside here. Like, Biophagus is good enough to keep. I'm not saying cut Biophagus. I don't personally believe in Bugenhagen, but it is cute. I don't super believe in Frontier Guide, but like, hell yeah, we have an activated ability. Goes infinite mana with Sylvanu's Invoker. Then let's make sure we cut that. Okay, we don't have it. Perfect. Yeah, you could even fucking Arbor Elf. We just have to have a lot of typed lands to make sure we can keep a land to do it. But that is much more important. And then we can move Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, 3 Visits, Farseek. We can move all of these into Skyshroud Claims. That way, instead of spending 2 mana when we'd rather just play our commander, we can spend 4 mana and we can get enough lands that now if we hit a draw engine, if we hit Impulse Draw, we never brick. Ooh, how nice would that be? Oh, how nice would it be to never be afraid that our curve stops at 6? If we go Dork, Commander, Skyshroud Claim, nothing bad can ever happen to us. Never. They can never get you, Alec Man. So that's the world I want you to live in. Is I want us to live in, like, Open the Way. If you were feeling particularly greedy, you could do Omen Path Journey, but if Omen Path Journey gets shot, your lands go away forever. That's the run out I want us to have. And then I think what you have will win. Your commander, damn, she's fine. Your commander has built-in protection against gassing out if you have mana. As long as you have mana and 1 other creature, Agatha will eventually be able to kill everybody. And so I like your win cons, right? I like your win cons. I think you have enough. I think we need to get more cards in your hand. I think we need to get this ramp section to make a little more sense with what your deck wants to do. There's Open the Way. There's Circuitous Route. These are the type of ramp spells we want to hit on turn 3. And then turn 4 and beyond. Like, turn 4 and beyond, you can play anything out of your deck. That is a level of power the casual mind cannot comprehend. You can just rip anything off the top. And you're chill. And so if we are... And so then it just becomes card draw engine. So there's stuff we can do that will depart from theme a little bit, but will be good. So I'm going to show these to you. Just snip, snap, snip, snap. If there's any of these you can accept, write them down. If you can't, we can keep looking. There's Bonehorde Dracosaur. This man will make you bodies, is a flying body, which is even better with Agatha's power buff. Like the Flample First Strike, goated combination. Bonehorde Dracosaur, this will get you Impulse Draw. It's also at the top of your curve, so by the time you could cast this, you can cast anything you're going to Impulse Draw. There is O'Hare Caslam, this is Rata type fucking draw. Big Trampler, you can buff him with Agatha. He will rip the permanents you actually want out of your deck. Like I'm gonna hit you with an 8 power O'Hare Caslam so that I can pull out fucking Razor Grass Invoker. No, not this guy. Anyone else. So I can pull out Balls Invoker, and then I'm gonna ball out on you. What else? I mean, we could do Charred Foyer, but that's probably too slow. But it's bracket 2, actually. It's bracket 2. So maybe we could do that. You have Loot already, which Loot I actually like in this deck because most of the creatures we want to pull out have quite low mana values. So Loot's probably going to be a hit when we do get to activate them. This is very clever. We could Great Henge. I'd like to avoid Great Henge if we can. You know what? Genuinely, I'm going to recommend Charred Foyer for a bracket 2, for a like solid bracket 2 thing, in the same vein of, if you get to go Dork Agatha this turn 3, I don't think you are ever sad. You're not gonna like combo off, go crazy style, but you have a mana dump if you want to get some free casting off, and if you stuck this turn 3, turn 4, I don't think you would be sad. Then I don't really like Hothouse. We're not filling our lands. We're not filling our hand with enough lands. We don't have enough top deck access. If we were all about, I'm going to play lands from the top of my library, I don't think we get to 7 lands very quickly. Although the Solved is quite fun. Maybe in the world where we are Sky Shroud claiming, we get there more quickly. Holy unkeepable Batman. You know what? Let's see if God loves you. Holy shit, he does. You motherfucker. So we skip turn 1. We play the Fagus. We play this. We play that. We play the Mole. So this has a counter. Turn 4. Now let's compare this to, if God loved us in the deck I want you to have, we would be doing Dork, Agatha, we would have Halana and Elena right now. So instead we will tap big. We will go Tawashi Guidebot. This should be zeroed now, right? Yeah. Up to 4. But we can't tap this yet because it's a creature. Tap for free, draw a card. Okay, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. We're hitting lands for turn. We have... Ooh, we can whisper on some dragons. So I'll do that. Tap. Embiggen. Red. I get a 4/4. Very nice. And now... Okay, and now we're just kind of waiting until this gets so high that we can Agatha on it crazy style. But Tawashi's paying off. I'm sorry I ever said anything bad about Tawashi. This low-key cooks, Alec. I agree with Marty. We're like, the stove is on, brother. The stove is on. And now Candelabra, obviously we're not going infinite here, but Candelabra's about to do some dumb shit. Can we activate this more than once a turn? Holy fuck, we can. Me when my dragon army flies. And now because we have Candelabra, I think this is actually like too bigger because I've been missing mole taps. So if I wanted to take the scariest turn 7 I could, I would have to spend... Oh, but we haven't hit our ramp. And we've stopped hitting lands. So we actually have to tap out. So we would have to do the Magus thing first because this has to cost at least 1. So I would pay 1 mana. I would untap 8 lands. I float 4 mana. I get to 6 mana total. I play this thing. So it's XX and a green. This guy will provide the green. It's reduced by 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 5/5. I make 5 5/5s. Fucked up. Yeah, genuinely, that convinces me. Your plan here, good. Very bracket 2, very on the ground. You get to use a lot of cards people have not lost to before, which is very fun. And I would just make those swaps I recommended in terms of switching around the ramp section, the counter cards that are going to beat the pace of 1 counter a turn, and those swords that are either going to give you draw or give you good reusable Agatha power. That's dope. That's fucked up crazy style. Like 3 cheers for grandma gang violence, dude. Keep saying it for the counters. Increasing savagery. I don't know. It's explosive. I think we have so many good engines that we probably rather play the engines, but Alec, I would at least try this over like Fangs of Colonia. Yeah, you could also, I would also, Alec, look into Reconfigure. I did not look at them to avoid opening a massive can of worms, but look into the Reconfigure ones. Hagio, we did suggest Raised by Giants. That's all. This is a really cute protection thing. Any cards I can cut for spitting slime. This better be a real card. Kdax, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. Wow, that's a bad card. Wowza. But I see the vision. I just keep sliming. This guy sucks. Straight up. Please tell me this is not one of the pet cards. I think Red Go-Go is funny, but I think I think this is a deck that genuinely doesn't want clones because Elikman has found so many unique, hilarious cards. Like we don't have to clone our best stuff because we're just so happy with the entire roster. That's a great place to be in for a commander deck. Yeah, I mean, Soulbright, it's just a ritual. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather just play Sky Shroud Claim and then spend green mana on slimes. This is just like... This is a YouTube short combo card. I think if you really want to have the 9 mana for something, you can do it. Like, can we look at the curve again? I think I'm also biased by looking at all of the green pips we were getting somewhat locked by. I will listen to Soulbright Flamekin plus where's that one fucker making us the dragons? But you know what? I'll look for another. I think Frontier Guide could easily die. We do not need Atali. This is not the Atali deck. We're keeping all these. You know, probably Strago and Realm. Unless you really want to rob. If you really like, this would be a pet card for me, but because it's a tap ability, you're actually not able to leverage Agatha all that well because we're not untapping our creatures. And so if you want to replace Funny Thing for Funny Thing, Strago's Funny Theft Thing can easily be replaced for the Infinite Slime device. And that's where we're going to end yours, Alec. Thank you very much for this submission. I kind of want to build one myself now. Going to be manual ad break time, and then Bolis Brigade Europe, and then Lich Europe after that. I will be right back. I'm going to go use the potty. Well, the bad news is we clogged the toilet. The good news is that I had such a momentous time that I weighed myself again to check how my diet was going, and it's going well. Why is my rum gone? Thank you for the Prime sub for the 5th month in a row, my friend. Welcome back to the dog home. And White Bread with the rant. Between auras and equipments, what do you think is better / more powerful for a Voltron strategy? Easily equipments every single time. For the simple reason that auras are not reusable. The only commander that's going to make auras better is something that makes auras extremely cheap or tutors them, like, is it Light Paws or White Paws? I don't remember. But in general, that strategy is always going to go better with equipment, because in the world where somebody can do anything about you, the equipment is reusable. The aura is much, much harder to reuse, even though you can do it. Now, if you have a way who's like, yeah, people are coming up with examples of if you have a thing that is copying all your auras, if you have a thing that is allowing you to play them from the graveyard, if you have a thing that is spreading them amongst your whole team, like 3-Dog, then auras can become better. But if you just have a generic Voltron target that does not synergize with either auras or equipment, it's going to be equipment. I look forward to it, Bone Lord. Nyack has also sent in a random Smasher Pass. We will honor that before moving on to Bolis Brigade's roast. Alceus, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Oh yeah, down in Pauper, auras get a lot better. Oh, Smash. Oh, I may have the right to remain silent, but I will not be. I will not be. I will be resisting. Maverick, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate that generosity. The only issue I have with equipment decks is they can be incredibly slow without tutors, and a way to make the equip instant / free. Yeah, Kavrik, without derailing stream too much for this soapbox, I am a massive believer that every Voltron deck should be a stacks deck, which means they're typically happier at like brackets 3 or above. Every time I have seen, no matter how fast you try to make your Voltron deck, the fastest you can go is kill one person and lose. And so if you can't go fast enough to win, the next best thing is how do I make the game take long enough that me having like an 11-11 with trample is a meaningful threat, and it's with stacks. You should just accept that, like, if you're the Voltron player, you're the bad guy. You're not the cool superhero with a bunch of swords. You're the edgelord with 18 different katanas. Be that. Maverick, the next time they're going to go for sale on Ko-Fi is going to be at the beginning of August, August 3rd. Airlaz, I think a Super Friends deck is disqualifying you from bracket 2, quite frankly. I hate those motherfucking things. Dradugun, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate that generosity. Alright, Bolis Brigade, it is your time. Spooky. This is a ramp deck that's more about quantity than quality. Is that not? That's all of you. The goal is to put as many forests as possible onto the board as fast as possible, then use all the mana those forests make to put out scary permanents, mostly ones that care about the number of lands in play. There's some landfall, but only the best. To win the game, the deck mostly just hits people. It's had a pretty decent record in pickup games with multiple pods. I believe that ramp is the most unfairly advantaged strategy in bracket 2, for sure. Because we don't allow land destruction, and we don't allow wins that are good enough to really disrupt the ramp player before they can just outspend you. So we have 37 lands. We have Titania. I presume we're melding. Let me find this other... Yeah, very important. Do not lose. I require Tree Mommy. So it's Vigilance, Trample, Haste, equal to land. So this is just... If nothing else, Voltron, I kill you. Voltron, I kill you. Find Argoth. So we are bracket 3. Because we have one game changer. Does green even have any others? Then we have a lot of ways to tutor out one specific land. Alright, mulching. So this is how we get a land into our graveyard. We gain life. Ooh, this kind of sucks. Alright, Bolis, are we married to Titania, or are y'all just talking? Because what I'm seeing right now is we have a lot of cards dedicated to getting... We are married. God damn it. Okay. Alright. So we're going to ramp a lot. We have ways to get stuff out of the graveyard. Tree huggers. Yeah, these are some of the best landfall effects you can get. Timber dollars. Is this all of our card draw? Oh, you motherfucker playing Harmonize. Ugh. So we have to get Argoth to field, and we have to get 4 land cards into our graveyard. Woof. Okay. I think then... Rich soil. Oh, so this is to get it back out. Oblivion Stone? God damn it. Who's letting you do this? Who's letting you do this? Ah, okay. So it's like that. It's like that. Lignify, so a little bit of removal. Very small amount of removal. Just absolute BM. This is my favorite card in the deck. This is absolute, I'm richer than you. I get to play bad cards. And then we have... How do we even put out a board? Like, how do we even put out a board state in this deck? What do we... I need to see this shit. Alright, so I'm gonna land... I will not cycle Tranquil Thicket until I'm actually confident in my land drops. Or actually, I should wait until I get Titania out. So I do nothing until turn 3. I play a 3/4. I play this. I cycle, gain 2, draw a card. Azusa, Terramorphic Expanse. Gain 2, get a forest. I do this. I 3... Sack him to draw. I get 2 forests into my hand. Bam, bam. I don't have instants or sorcerers in my graveyard. A Roiling Regrowth. Gain 2. Forest. Forest. What? Humans you beat with this. Not a chat GPT table. We're beating live human people. We're beating live humans. With this pile of, I'm going to get forests and stand. Have you mastered the Drax strategy of being very, very still and they forget you're there? I tracker. I don't even want to track my mana at this point. I get a clue. I'll spend 2 mana to draw for the clue. I'll 3 visits a forest. I'll spend 2 mana to draw for the clue. I'll spend 2 mana, draw for the clue. I'll spend my last 2 mana, draw for the clue. I think that's all 3 of my land drops. And now I mean, Entis Restoration will do something because I've stacked enough clues for this guy to be big. X basic lands. I mean, so I pull every land out of my deck. I will cast that and I make a million forests. So I think I am not going to blow up your spot on the blind people you are victimizing, who's just letting you do this. What I would love to see is if we actually got some meld personality or cards you liked. Right now, this looks like AFK Ramp Simulator. And shockingly, even if we had hit one of our tutors for Titania, we can't even meld. It's turn 7. We've been allowed to do totally whatever we want to do. And we can't do our thing. Because we're hitting all of these, what if I tutored for a million basics, rather than anything that would let us tutor for the specific land. So this... Like you've taken your archetype and you've turned it into the spiritually dead cubicle 9 to 5. So at this point, after we resolve Boundless Realms, we cracked... These go tapped? Yeah, tapped. We get like 12 clues. And so hopefully in the 12 draws, we get something to do about it. But independent of that, the win con for this deck is they hit you with the largest Titania you've ever seen. I said we watchin' Fern Gully. That is a funny title. That does bring me back a little bit. But I think you would benefit from doing something. You would benefit spiritually from doing something other than AFK ramp and doing something that will let you like do this thing more often rather than just going, fuck it, I'm going to cultivate for the 18th time. And so the stuff that we can put in that we currently don't have, there's Expedition Map. There is World Map, which costs a lot of money, but you have $1 million and are apparently given 8 turns to do whatever you want. There is Tempt with Discovery, as this does not mandate that you search for a typed land. You can scape shift to both get all of the lands in your graveyard and find Sanctum of Argoth. Then there's easier things you can do, like Town Greeter. Mill 4, you may put a land in if you need the drop. If you don't need the land drop, this is just Mill 4, get lands in graveyard. There is Satyr Wayfinder, where this is going to be less effective than Town Greeter. Oh no, it's Reveal Top. It's about the same. So there's more stuff like that. Oh yeah, there's also Pier's Whim. 4 mana, does not say basic land. Does say I can fuck up your shit. This isn't even Fern Gully. This is like, I said we watchin' grass grow. I said we staring at the wheat fields on Grandpa's farm. Gene, only half the point is getting lands into the graveyard. We need 4 lands in the graveyard, and then we need a specific non-basic land on the field. That is the part we're trying to confront with Pier's Whim, because in that playtest we went 7 turns, we saw a ton of ramp spells, but because all of our ramp spells are just about basics, we never got to do anything. We never got to do shit. And God, even for you, because you're in mono green, Endless Atlas, baby. What's up? What's up? I know you don't have a turn 2 play right now. Your turn 2 play is fucking 3 visits. You can play this. So I'll say none of these cards are bad. But like at some point we have lobotomized any personality this deck has in favor of a 15th Cultivate. Ulvenwald Hydra. Oh, hell yeah. 6 mana? Easy as fuck. 6 mana, we get Argoth out, we have another thing. Maybe we have this one, actually. And it's just tagged somewhere else. No, but we do have good Titania. We don't need Cultivator Colossus. I mean, we could do Cultivator Colossus, but we just don't need it. And see, now we're pretty happy. I think you also... Well, No, we don't need play from graveyard as much. We need to make sure lands are in graveyard. So yeah, we need a little bit more of that self-mill. I also question if, like... You are probably so greedy that you get to run Abundance. You get away with so much dog shit. I think you're one of the people that get to pick, like, do I want to gamble on pulling a Sanctum of Argoth right out of the top of my deck, or do I want to get more gas, and do I want to just cultivate again? We could Titania's Command, yeah, for more ways to... Oh, God forbid we actually try to assemble a board state at some point. Oh, it's in there already. Never mind. Alright, then we keep that in. There is the new landfall card that mills you. I forget what the bug... We could go full Bug's Life. Iced... Yeah. Ice Till, whatever. This guy. So extra land drop, we can play from graveyard, and we can mill. And so this is like if we have a fetch land, we play it from graveyard, and we try to use that to fill our graveyard to get the mill strategy turned on. But that's really what I would recommend. You have a hugely responsible deck. This is giving me vibes of a incredibly overstressed accountant who, as a child, dreamed of being a basketball player, and just like bit by bit traded away all of the things they actually wanted to do for a career and a family they don't actually love. Now, I do think you love part of this. I do think it's funny as fuck to just ramp in everybody's face and then beat them to death. Ooh, Case of the Lock. This is the hothouse deck. Yeah. Yeah, this is the fucking hothouse deck. We're hitting 7 land drops. Or we're hitting 7 lands goddamn instantly. And then we can just rip off the top of our deck. But that's what I would recommend. None of your sections are bad. But we have like we have Ash Barrens for mulching. Which I don't think we would cut Ash Barrens. But we need things that are going to do better at getting multiple lands in our graveyard to speed up when we can flip. There's mulch. Oh, there's Summon Titan. That dude's fucking hilarious. But we actually don't want him because he's gonna non-bow us. God damn it. He's gonna non-bow us on the second fucking lore counter we put on. Life and Limb would make this deck so stupid. Let me check that out, Jared. No. No, we don't do that. I think Shigeki is a very good ad. We can pull back stuff we need to get if we mill anything particularly good. And this is like, we play it the turn before our commander. If we don't want to play our commander yet, we can just activate him to ramp. Yeah, that's awesome. Sylvan Safekeeper is... that's clever. I like that. Very good protection piece, and I'm very, very worried about our ability to hit 4 lands in grave. We do not need Green Warden. Get the doublers out of here. Get the fucking doublers out of here. But yeah, this little twink too. Keep our commander safe. This is a famished... Alright, Bolis Brigade, we're going to show you an Edge of Eternity spoiler, and I just want you to know, if you laugh, put it in the deck. Ivan Dawes, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I don't think we have Realms Uncharted. That is another thing we can do to tutor the land we need. I don't think Head Shredder fell under a single person's radar. I feel like the Pentagon knows about Head Shredder. Every single deck we look at that has green, somebody goes, hey man, this kind of seems like a Head Shredder deck. Okay, 8 mana, 0/0, but it has Ward 3, and you can sacrifice any number of lands to get 3 times that many counters. Look at the top X, where X is the creature's power. Flip all lands onto the field. And then you have a massive Leviathan. You have a million triggers for Titania. And if you don't have Sanctum of Argoth out, he will find it. Oh, it's 1 or more, it's just 2. Alright, then you gain 2 life. It says Devour Land 3, gain 2 life. How about the rest of it? The Longolian, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. I don't think we have Tato Farmer. I don't know if we need Tato Farmer. I mean, maybe we want it. I don't think we're so hard up for mill that we want to Tato farm. I think we want to, like, Town Greeter, Satyr Wayfinder. We have 6. And then I think we want the non-basic tutors, but I'm not confident we have to... I'm just worried about milling our other good permanents, because I don't think our ability to get lands back to field is that great. There were delusions of budget until I started building it and springing for bling. Yeah, I'm sure there were. We have Elvish Reclaimer already. I'm almost positive. I swear I saw that bitch. Yeah, we got him. We got him. We don't need Walk-in Closet. Oh yeah, Grapple with the Past. These are good ones. Yeah, mill 3, get one of the good things we need. We're not doing Genesis Wave, Jace. Stop trying to make Genesis Wave fetch. Do we do this? Ooh, we're actually gonna get Sanctum of Argoth. Fuck yes. Oh, Argoth Sanctum of Nature. So we get it with Sylvan Scrying. We cultivate. Forest. Turn 4. Ash Barrens. Hey, look, we basic land cycled. We sack a land to cycle this. How close are we? 1, 2. Only 2 lands in grave still. Oh, we can start using Argoth to do it. So turn 5. We play Argoth. Bear, mill 3. 1, 2, 3. Still haven't done it. But we'll probably do it on the next turn. Bear, mill 3, 1. There we go. Now we have 4. Excellent. And now, turn 7, after we have had to dump all of our commander into the non-basic land, we can play this, and then turn 8 we will flip it. We have done... So this playtest here is why I'm recommending Satyr Wayfinder, Town Greeter. Thank you for the Aftermath Analyst call-out. This is another good card for it. We did not have to mill that many times. We had to mill, I think, like 6 additional cards on top of what we already have. But because we have, like, no mill in there right now, it's a huge fucking maybe. Like, if we're going to turn 14 because we're playing against precon decks, you'll eventually get there. Analyst non-bows us too? How does Analyst non-bow us? If we return all lands, you know we can wait to do this until after we meld, right? Are you aware that you are not forced at gunpoint to tap out for this ability the moment we have 4 mana? I mean, you don't have to Realms Uncharted for Argoth. Realms Uncharted says, I get... Blighted Woodland, Broker's Hideout, Cavalry Courtyard, and Evolving Wilds. Or I also get Fabled Passage or River Tears Overlook. It says, if I have a way to play lands from Graveyard, I name Argoth. If I don't have a way to play lands from Graveyard, I name enough fetch lands that I will turn on Argoth when I find it. Not Lumra actually non-bows us. Because Lumra's is not an activated ability or a May, Lumra says this is dead in hand until we are until Titania is already melded. We have Urza's Cave already. All right, chat is now banned from suggestions. We have suggested too many things that are either already in the deck or do not work in the deck. You are all in timeout. So, Bolis Brigade, I now speak to you directly. What you need is mill. I accept the premise that you have more money than God. What I do not accept is that this meld is happening as frequently as you would like us to believe. I do accept when the meld happens, you are just going to kill a motherfucker. Job done. I do accept that you have enough tertiary life gain from your commander that you're probably going to survive long enough to get away with a lot of this. You would still benefit highly from having effective mill tools and other effective land tutor tools that are going to get these 4 lands in your graveyard and get Argoth to field that we currently don't have, which is leaving this deck in like the Farmville zone right now. We'll say I think we're closer on the YouTube short side of things right now because we're definitely doing a bit, and the bit is what if I ramped every single turn of this commander game and nobody stops me. But I see the vision, and I think the vision works, and you have good cards in here. And I think we shave a little bit, we shave some of these cards for things that are just more deterministically a good thing is going to happen. Rather than, hey look, more basic lands. But Bolis, thank you very much for the submission. YouTube chat, you guys are good. You guys are not fired. Twitch chat, we're gonna go to the manual ad break, and then we're gonna go to Revived Lich's deck. Tap House is suggesting Constant Mists. Whew. Ooh. Yeah, if you want to be the most annoying motherfucker in the entire world, deeply effective. So effective, I don't even want to recommend it. But this would give you a lot of life to play with. Grammar Police, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate that generosity. All right, for the rest of the ad break, I'm going to go get water. And then Lich, please sound off. Let me know that you are undead and ready to be made fun of. All right, motherfuckers. Personal question from Bone Lord. Mauled, when you run a bunch of basic lands, do you have that brain tick that forces you to make every single one a different but theme-adjacent art if possible? No, I have similarity autism, not minor difference autism. I wish you the best with that. Okay, let me look for Revived Lich. Wolf, thank you for the 6 months in advance at tier 1, my friend. Welcome to the dog home for a full half a year. Alright, Lich, you're here. Okay, Lich, if you have the power, please God, change the color of your name on Twitch. You're in a type of dark blue that in dark mode is like almost impossible to see. So if you have any rebuttals to the thing I am asking you, telling you about, I won't see them. So no, it's cultivating maybe doing my thing, but it doesn't mean cultivating needs to be my thing. Yes, I am envisioning this deck as your thing is Titania flip tons of lands. And it seems like right now you are 90-10 on tons of lands, 10% Titania flip. I would love for the Titania flip to be more up there. Or even just more like fun, irresponsible stuff. Because what I don't see... I see you grinding out... Lich, that's so much better. I see you grinding out millions of mana dollars, and I do not see a golden toilet. I do not see Butt Stallion, your diamond pony. I do not see a BMW. And so I either want... I think you would have more fun if it was either more focused on the meld flip or had more things to just be like, all right, I've cultivated for 3 turns. I'm going to ball out on you now. Jello, we have Titania's command. Or they told me they did. Oh yeah. What do you mean Elk would be so mad? What do you mean Elk is gonna be so mad? That's true. Twister's a golden toilet. So genuinely, if you had more things like Desert Twister, you've won me. Like Desert Twister and that fucking orb. Desert Twister and Oblivion Stone are where 100% of your personality is coming through, and you are a little fucking jerk, and I would love to see more of it. Okay. Time for Revived Lich. Spooky. The goal is to primarily win through Maze's End. Keen helps get gates out faster through combat damage. Alright. Originally a Golos deck, then became a Kenrith deck before I changed it again. Now I'm trying to make it work in Sultai before I try another 5-color commander in Wandering Minstrel. Mainly made with what the deck had prior and what I own, but if you're looking for Amulet of Vigor, I skipped it because when I play it, the table makes it their mission to kill me as quickly as possible, 9 times out of 10. The 10th time being, they remove it and it's just a dead card. Okay, I can respect that. So 9 Fingers Keen, we are beating housing deeds out of people. We have 10 additional card draw and tutors. That's pretty reasonable of you. We have the usual suspects for black. The Bob, Flying Bob, Bob's House. I'm down with that. Max speed is crazy on a 4 mana commander. So we got some tutors, we got some card draw. I think we're missing a lot of good stuff here. Let the gates be untapped. Play additional lands. Removal. Stop blowing up my commander and my gates. Sure. Benefit from the gates. My eyes glazed over for a moment. My eyes just glazed over. I feel the dead. Boy. Ain't you trying to win with the gates? Something like that? Alright, so we have the most tired landfall card ever. We have gained 3 life 1 time. Equally good cards right here. Equally good cards. A 5/5 with Vigilance and Trample, and Go-Go Gadget Xanax Ray. Omega is my favorite out of this entire section. I will Vine Boom you for this. I love Omega. That's goddamn hilarious. 8 mana, I'm going to put like Indestructible Justin's commander to sleep for 9 turns. Funny as fuck. 18 cards to find the gates. I like White of the Reliquary. These all seem mostly fine. Keen's gonna hit you. I don't agree with unblockability being the way we make Keen hit you. Keen already has Menace, and so really all you need to make Keen hit every time is a small enough stat boost that nobody has 2 things they'll block him with. Like I'm trying to think of like, what is an incredibly reasonably costed card that is just always going to make Keen such a house that nobody wants to put two of their creatures in front of him. Like, what could we do that, you know, and then maybe it would just sprinkle a little sugar on top of any of those combat damage triggers, but we need it to be just so chunky, like such an outrageously good stat boost for a low mana investment that Keen's gonna connect, and oh god when he does connect. Oh god. Not fucking Sword of Feast and Famine. Sword of Feast and Famine is a, like, I genuinely don't think it's good for a lot of these slow bracket 2 strategies. I think Feast and Famine gets a lot better at bracket 3 strategies where they are already confident that they're gonna have the cards they want in hand. In bracket 2, and I guess this is technically bracket 3 because Field of the Dead, but it really shouldn't be. For decks like this, where we have to dig for stuff over and over. Yeah, and Feast and Famine is like, no, we're not doing that. Isn't Keen a woman? Sure. No one's gonna block her then. To untap the gates. That's an angle I'll listen to. I will accept the angle of Feast and Famine to untap Maze's End. The fuck? A mustache hair just fall out. We don't listen to rage baiters. This is better. You can also run Sword of Feast and Famine, but I think doing like Dear Lord having 2 cantrip unblockable spells is heinously worse than having Buster Sword, Feast and Famine. I don't even think you necessarily run the Wop Sword. You might think about it, depending on how people are blowing you up. But those are the big 3 in my mind. This is like the best, one of the best protection swords you can get, while still having upside. Buster Sword is just best overall, and then Feast and Famine, you can do some funny gate shit with it. Lands in Graveyard Retrieval. Blossoming Tortoise seems oh right, what we had, the same fucking brainworm that gets everybody. So this guy's becoming Ice Till Explorer instantly. Extra land drops, lands from grave. We can mill our gates into the grave and then get them back out. Same mana value. Splendid Reclamation's fine. Bonnie Paul Clear Cutter is fine. It is a body and it's a secondary target for our swords. And then you know what? This probably works. I would take this down to bracket 2. Bracket 3 seems crazy. I don't even think you need the tutors when Gates is letting, like, Nine Fingers Keen is letting you go 9 cards deep. But we will see. We have Maze's End already. But I guess I am drop rotting like a Gond Gate out. What's the one that lets my shit come in untapped? Yeah, I'm gonna crop rot Gond Gate. Next turn I'll go Planar Nexus. Then I'll go this. Then wow, we have, oh wait, no. I could Darkstar Augur here. Alright, we curve out into Nine Fingers Keen. We have a cantrip, and we have a ramp spell. Perfect. Going into the combo level bracket. We do this, we get Explore the Underdark. I'm just gonna go grab whatever gates I see first. They come in untapped. That's quite nice. Hit for 4. Reveal 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here is a gate. Do we go to hand or battlefield? Battlefield. Rest go to bottom. I play my gate for turn. I swing my 9 fingers keen for turn. I get my gate for turn. We are just clocking in, dude. We are a shift worker at the Arby's and we have the meat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 gates. We're lying to people and telling them that we don't have Maze's End. I think we play that land for turn. I don't even remember, man. So if we... 3... 1, 2, 3... Okay, turn 7 we just win. I'm actually back on... I'm back on bracket 3 for this. It's a relatively difficult to interact with win method. We also would have drawn 2 additional cards for Darkstar Augur. Like, as long as... And again, driven mostly by Keen. We just play this, tap out a ton, and then win the game. Wow, that's ass. Wow, what an ass starting hand. I'm making you keep it. I'm making you keep it. We're proving a point. We're going to choose, like, blue. So I do Stone Cold nothing. Oh, it's 1 life. Stone Cold nothing until turn 4. Drop my commander. Black and like blue or something to get the second pip for Paul. We do that. We be exploring. I drop my second gate. We get Gone Gate because now they enter untapped. Move to bottom. And then we just kind of keep rocking. So very workable. Very solid workhouse deck. It has all the personality of like a box of Cheerios or a functional zipper. Trying to think what we would benefit the most from. The more I look at the deck, the more I like Sword of Wealth and Power. I think Defend the Rider is okay, but overwhelmingly the functionality of this deck requires more commander protection. We are walking through most of these playtests going like, oh yeah, an unmodified 4/4 is going to hit and is never going to be killed or even collateral damaged by anything. And I'm not a huge believer in that. And obviously, like, having 3 swords is not going to solve all of those problems, but I do think it will help create opening hands that can solve those problems. We do have enough removal. I like that you have a one-sided wipe in here. And then I want anything a little interesting. I want anything that changes this deck from like, hi, my name is Keen. I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. I go for a jog. Then I go for the gym, in which I lift weights in a very controlled and reasonable manner for exactly 90 minutes. Then I shower. Then I go to my job at the Office Depot. I am a cashier for 8 hours. Then I go home. I cook 1 pound of 97% lean ground beef. And then I go to bed at 7 p.m. But if we just love lands because we're dead inside, then who am I to tell you that's wrong? I mean, okay, so Vorak is at least a pretty solid equipment. I really hate these two more than anything else. I question Aqueous Form because it's a non-reusable version. Rogue's Passage is a land, so that's fine. These three becoming swords. These three becoming swords I think is helpful. I think the rest of this is functional. You have managed to make macaroni hold the cheese. I would love for this to get cheesy, but it's very difficult to when you're so focused on just real estate acquisition. Like, has any of us ever met an interesting person who owns a duplex? I think they're very fun to pilot Galactor. I think lands decks. So lands decks and Spellslinger decks are the exact same in the sense of they're very, very fun for you to pilot because all of the choices feel very interesting as you make them. And to everybody else, it just looks like, oh yeah, there they go, getting the obviously good land again. But our bases are covered well, so it does work. Okay, maybe I lied a little. Actually, no, I think even this is a path to victory. I think I almost have my colors. I really want to greed out and keep this for Maze's End. I just grab 2 gates here. Yeah, Simic Guild Gate. I mean, fuck it, Maze's End. Why even pretend? Why even pretend this isn't what we're doing? And then it's like turn 5. We would play this thing. God, the fucking dumb turtle's here again. Oh, sure. Then we grab, I don't know, man. We grab a different, it doesn't matter. I grabbed the black gate. we have lands. Who cares? We have Arcane Signet. We have this, which I wish so fucking badly. This is a sword now. I cycle Enter the Enigma. And I put the Buster Sword. On my commander. I hit for 7, because he's a 7/6 with Menace. I freecast nothing worthwhile because I built from my collection. Oh, fucking Blossom Tortoise. 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah, I get Foreboding Landscape. Tremendous. And then none of that would have happened because I misordered the Keen Trigger. Shut the fuck up. I'm not even looking through all these. I get that gate. Yeah, we got a free turtle. What do I get next? I get a free fucking Croson Grip. So yeah, Lich, I will bestow upon you the highest praise I can bestow. You happened to own most of the pieces to make a functional Sultai deck. If you want to improve it, absolutely these 3 cards benefit from being equipment that are either protective or give you upside on your hits. Graveyard Retrieval is solid, but this tortoise has to die yesterday for a bug. And then the rest of it just works, dog. It just works. You clock in, you clock out, you pay your taxes, you go to bed at 8 p.m. Is Vraska joins up good enough? Oh no, I googled a different But Mauled Turtle? No, no turtle. There's a different deck for the turtle. This just isn't his home. We can't force turtles out of the environment they want to exist in. Here's the thing about Vraska. This will draw you cards off of damage. That's not bad. We want card draw engines like that. The issue with Vraska is it makes getting hit by Keen less desirable while not making it any easier for Keen to hit somebody. That's kind of what we're doing. That's why I was suggesting the swords. They make it less desirable to get hit by Keen, but they all offer, like Buster Sword, crazy upside, and it becomes very unlikely anybody can block it safely unless they have multiple chumps. Keen with Death Touch is scary. Yeah, if we want to hold this in hand until turn 5. God, I hate holding 2 mana spells until turn 5. I hate it. I hate it. I mean, Lich, you know what? Boring's not bad. Because everything's boring to somebody. My dumbass Spellslinger decks are boring as fuck to most of the world. This is solid. This does not need any changes. I think you would enjoy these 4 changes. But you're making it happen. What if you draw at turn 5? That's true. I think I'm just always happier to draw one of the swords. Like, I think if I am comparing this to... The reason I'm comparing it to a sword is if I'm not playing it until turn 5, a sword I can play and equip turn 5. I could double spell with this, so it's Vraska plus random thing, or I get Wop Sword. If I get Wop Sword, and I get to copy Circuitous Root, and now I tutor 4 gates to field, I'm happier than Vraska joins up random card. If I get Feast and Famine, and I get to respend all my mana when I have like a Maze's End out, I'm happier. If I Buster Sword and I get to free cast a 7 mana spell, I'm happier. So it's not that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but when I think about the things that are going to create the most excitement for me, this one just doesn't create very much excitement. I feel like the swords are just 10% of your entire budget here. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about actual, like, dollars? Because these cards are all 25 cents. Vraska joins up as an enchantment and will draw less hate than any sword. Right, but if I'm drawing hate, I'd rather the thing that's not Keen draw the hate. If somebody is holding Assassin's Trophy and they want to pick between things to Assassin's Trophy and they see like Keen and they see Vraska and they go like, oh, I'm definitely killing Keen, I feel like I lost that exchange. If I have Keen and I have a sword and they go, oh, I'm going to kill the sword, I still kept my menacing 4/4. I can still try to use Rogue's Passage because I have a bunch of land tutors. I can hold out hope I'm going to draw another sword. Like, I think the swords drawing heat themselves is a positive in my mind, not a negative. Because on 18 creatures, we're not going to be, like, flooding the board, but we should almost always have a secondary creature. We can go, like, oh, you shot Keen? Great. I Buster Sword on Darkstar Augur. Catch these fucking hands. Yeah, Ivan, when we do deck upgrades, there's zero attention is paid to dollar value. I generally find that the finances of MTG are turbo bullshit. I highly recommend you proxy every card you play with. Oh, you're good. I don't make that announcement often enough. It's not your bad. You didn't know. As far as you could tell, I was recommending that they spend a shitload of money on 3 cards that will do relatively little for the deck as a whole. You're good. It's like rope from Cluedo does the same thing for 3 cents. Damn, is that true? Let me see. I mean, this is good for straight unblockability. This is not as good for additional upside. A lot of these swords, I was like, ooh, the additional upside is tasty, tasty, tasty. But this, yes, the rope from Cluedo, very good, very cheap. I am always connecting. But I'm a little bit of a shitty person. I love when my thing is not truly unblockable and just requires that you put one of your children in front of it to block it. I love being like, you know what? It's a menacing 10-10. You can block. I see Vivi is walking to school with their friend right now. Vivi and Tyler would be amazing at blocking Nine Fingers Keen. Do you wanna? That's what I love doing. That is what I love doing more than anything. Tadia, Slime Against Humanity is very funny. Then, personal question from Mecha Tadpole that came through in the middle of this roast. I just got introduced to your content. I have to ask what your stance on mirrors are. They're my favorite. Dog, I love that you love Legos. I don't love Legos personally, but I see you. And then Wolf, as the one who played Gates on Decked Out, how does this make you feel, boss? This seems fine. I can barely even remember the Gate deck I played. I think Infiltration Lens is also fine. I think 5 is like 5 and 6 are important breakpoints in Commander power toughness to make sure we are beating everything in combat. Disgruntled, thank you for the rant redeem. Cards that need an ultra blinged out reprint right this instant. Too universally good. I have to put it in every single blue deck I own. And I gotta stare at this extremely normal blue uncommon. I want to see some Flavor Flav shit on stock up. I want to see some Scrooge McDuckian behavior happening on the art for this card. Time, don't say that roaming throne shit. I will get you, dog. Okay. So let's... I'm going to put you down here. I'm going to give you a little bit of love. This is, frankly, not my flavor of deck. Extremely workable at bracket 3. Although I do think you could do with a little bit more card advantage. We don't have any big misses here. Very solid. Go in peace. And that is going to be it for today's stream. We are probably going to be live again tomorrow, drafting with Z. I say probably because I think I've been a little bit behind on doing daily shorts content, and I might need time to rest my jaw, rest my mind, just stare at the trees for a little bit. But probably live tomorrow at noon doing draft stuff. The Edge set review with Elk planned for this Friday. There is no custom card stream this coming Thursday. I am going to be co-starring on my friend Beard Princess's stream, doing D&D character roasts for their audience. So no custom card stream this week. Next deck roasting stream is this coming Wednesday. Thank you all for being here. Let's see who we're going to raid out to. Our Goat Elk is live. Is Decked Out still going? Decked Out is still fucking going. I told them I would raid into them, so we're going to keep raiding into them until their subathon fully gives out. I think they are in their 3rd week of constant streaming now. So send them some love. Let me think of the raid message. It might be the Voltron rant. What other decks did we look at today? I think we do the indestructible Justin rant for sure. So that's accessed with !Voltron. I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to go see the Superman movie tonight. I'll report back on that for you all as well. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for everybody who's joined the dog home. Thank you for being a member of the dog house. Thank you for your attention and support. I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed the show today. And please remember to stay toxic.